You manage a contoso.com Active Directory forest, which includes a server named server1.contoso.com. A bidirectional forest trust is established with the fabrikam.com forest, which contains 10 child domains. You are required to configure the environment so that authentication to server1.contoso.com is permitted exclusively for users belonging to fabrikam/group1. What is the initial step to achieve this configuration? Option A. Include fabrikam/group1 in the local users group on server1.contoso.com. Option B. Configure SID filtering on the forest trust. Option C. Implement selective authentication for the forest trust. Option D. Modify the trust relationship to a one-way external trust. This question explores how Active Directory manages security boundaries across different forest environments. When two forests are joined by a trust, the default behavior often permits broad authentication across that trust. The challenge here is to narrow that scope to a specific resource and a specific group of users, ensuring that only intended identities can access a particular server, while others are denied. Understanding how trust authentication settings control access is key to managing cross-forest security effectively. I believe the correct answer is option C. Implement selective authentication for the forest trust. In my view, this is the appropriate step because by default, forest trusts utilize forest-wide authentication, which allows all users from a trusted forest to authenticate to resources in the trusting forest. By switching to selective authentication, you stop all incoming requests until you specifically grant the Allowed to Authenticate permission on the target computer object to the chosen group.
Regarding the other options, option A is insufficient, as simply adding the group locally does not restrict the underlying authentication boundary at the forest level. Option B, SID filtering, is meant for preventing privilege escalation via SID history, not for restricting access. Option D is an unnecessary and disruptive change that would break existing functionality. As an exam tip, always remember that for granular control in cross-forest scenarios, selective authentication is the standard mechanism to control resource access.